Okay, adventurers, this is the actual end of the video that you're just about to see. I was coming out to the farm and I thought I would make a video just to show that sometimes you don't have to go to iconic places and different name places to have an adventure. This is just a weekend out at the farm, and I thought I'd bring the cameras out, take a bit of video, so anybody who doesn't know very much about farming or never been on a farm can just get a glimpse of what goes on over a couple of days. So hope you enjoy, and here we go. So I was just driving along and I saw something on the side of the road that I haven't seen before, so I'm just going to turn around. You know what's coming? Just going to turn around and I'll take you for a look. Just caught my eye. So just on the side of the road here, where I turned around, just between Quirting and Bruce Rock, east of Perth in Western Australia, and I saw this turret thing here. So there's barbed wire here, so we've got to get over that without tearing the jeans. So hang on, I'll just put you down. So it is, the barrel's not real, but the turret is real. That's cool. I wonder what that's off. Does anybody know what turret or what tank this thing would be off? All right, so Quirting's that way, Bruce Rock's that way. We've got to go a fair way past Bruce Rock. Still a fair way to go, but slowly chewing up the miles. So we'll be probably out where we need to be around lunchtime. Coming up a pretty high hill here, so I'm going to try and call the farm, see if they're exactly where they are, if I can get them from here. I've got two CB radios in here. Two UHFs, one's got the antenna on the top and has a better radio than the other, so I'll use the better radio to see if I can punch out and make contact. Doesn't look like I can quite get through yet. On channel. Oh, I'll have to get a bit closer. So I'm just at a T road, so that heads north, that heads south, and that's back to Narrabeen where I come from. And the farm that I'm going to actually spans both the roads heading east-west. So I didn't know whether to go that way or that way, but I'll show you a really cool thing I installed in these particular machines that fixes that for me. So let's go and take a look. So I don't know if you can see that, hopefully you can, but these machines have a tracker in there that, as you can see there, that's where the machine's been, and I can tell now that it is down here. You see the little icon? So I know exactly where that machine is. So that tells me that's the road to the south, so it tells me that that's where it is. So I'm going to take that south road and come up into here to meet them rather than drive all the way through the farm. So that's the sort of technology that these tractors and the farmers are employing these days for efficiency and to be able to manage all their assets. A lot of people just think you just plant the crop and watch it grow, but there's these days a lot more that goes into it. There's probably more technology in a modern tractor than most people have in their house. So anyway, let's head south and we'll meet up with this machine. So well and truly past the bitumen now. The tractor is up here, or a couple of tractors actually, up here on the left a little way. So we'll go and see what's happening. There we go. That's the first lap. Okay, so they've only done the one lap. Oh yeah, there's the machine. And then if we go up the hill, there should be a boom spray. So let's go take a look at the boom spray. And Coco is driving that. So Coco is one of the backpacker workers that works out here. Go jump on. Oh, chemicals. Hey. So what country are you from again, Coco?
Denmark.
Denmark. A farm girl from Denmark?
Yeah, I've been milking cows for the past 10 years.
Milking cows for 10 years. So this is a bit different then?
Yeah.
So as you can see, Coco isn't steering the tractor because it's self-steering. That monitor there steers it, and is also doing the section control on the spraying. So not very many tractors are self-steered anymore, manually steered anymore in this type of operation. It's all done by the computers, and that's for accuracy. Mainly accuracy and fatigue, things like that. So, out of liquid and just folding up the boom spray. And then Coco will take it back and get it filled up. Okay, Coco dropped me back at the gate and the car, and she's heading off to fill up the boom spray to come back to finish off this paddock that we were just in. So at the same time, there's a tractor working in this field, and we'll find that tractor and go for a spin on it. Okay, let's see where it is. So that's the tractor, and it's just pulled up over here, so I'm going to head over there. They've just busted some tines on it, which is not uncommon, and they're just going to replace it, so we'll go over and take a look while it's stopped. This is a flexi-coil air seeder and a simplicity cart in the middle, and this arrangement with a cart in the middle, sometimes you have the cart in the middle, some people have their cart on the back. On ours we have the cart on the back. That's just personal preference. Different systems that different farmers employ for all sorts of reasons. Compaction, being able to see the bar. It's obviously a long way back if it's back here. This tractor also is a track tractor. Most tractors have round tyres. Again, just preference. Sometimes track tractors are better at certain things like control traffic, or in the case of this farm, they use it because it's very red clay, and the tracks can handle the clay better than wheels can. Oh, let's see what's going on. So how this works is that's full of grain and fertiliser, and sometimes various types of grain and fertiliser. Oh, sorry, it's always the same grain but different fertilisers because there's multiple bins. It's got a metering system that can meter both of those things out. It has a big fan, probably on the front of this one. Yep, big fan here, and that blows underneath, and the metering drops the grain of fertiliser and it blows it out these big hoses, and then these heads distribute it down to the tines, and then on the back of the tine it has a little all sorts of arrangements there that people come up with to get the seed and fertiliser, and it's all set up to be at a certain depth. and in this case they're employing knife points, and they're obviously, I think this must be what, 12-inch spacings, 10-inch spacings, 12-inch spacings between the tines. So this is the little lines, and you can actually see a little bit of grain on the surface there that hasn't gone under, but that's the little lines where the grain gets planted. So we're just going to head back to the shed, and that boom spray that we're in earlier, we'll fill that up, ready for another paddock. I'll follow
Will
this.
you bring that ute home with his hands?
I'll follow this vehicle back to the shed.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Okay. Right, well, you can stay with us for a while if you want to, it's up to you. But I'll go to head home.
So just heading through this farm, the boom spray's been filled up, and I'm just following it up to the paddock or field that it's going to spray. And I might see if I can get the drone up, take a bit of video to show you it working, and then have a look at something else and then come back. So let's head up there. So this sprayer probably holds about 12,000 litres of fluid in the tank there. I think it's 12, if not 10, but I think this is a 12. And it goes on at about, I think they're putting it on about 50 litres to the hectare. So these tractors are all steered with GPS, and all the spraying's done with GPS, section control, all those sorts of technologies. And the systems on this farm are accurate to 2 centimetres. And there's, don't know if you can see it, but up there's a tower on top of that hill, and there's a base station there. And that provides corrections for all the tractors. For this farm there's 20,000 acres that goes all the way over there and back over here, and that hill can reach pretty well everywhere. And so that runs 24/7. I think it hasn't been switched off for 8 or 9 years now. They've replaced the batteries once, and they replaced them one at a time, and because there's 2 in there I believe, and they didn't have to turn it off. So that's some pretty good reliability. So let's go up there and take a look at that base station. I'll show you what it's a pretty simple device. Well, it's not that simple, but it's in a package that makes it simple. So you can see from up here, I don't know if you can see it on the GoPro, but you can see a long way from up here. If I go over here, on top of these rocks, you can see for miles this direction and every direction around. So this is a really high point. This is one of the highest points in this area, and that's why there's the base station here. So you can see this is the base station. It's a Trimble base station, some batteries. There's also a community radio. A church group has a radio, that's the dish for it. And in this box in here there's a decoder and a panel with some gauges, and their batteries are under there because this is a lot higher output than the GPS radio with the corrections. That's the antenna. There's two antennas up here, and that's the base GPS base station antenna on this pole, about three meters or so in the air. So that's a base station, and we're now heading back to probably where the sheds are, and see what's happening, and maybe go back to the tractor and see if we can get on that and have a look and a bit of an explanation. So I'm just heading down to the tractor. They're filling it up, but I thought before I go, I'll just show you, this is the fertilizer that is used. It's basically the same as similar to what you would buy at Bunnings for your lawn. It's just a certain mix that you can get mixed to different trace elements, but obviously you buy hundreds and tons of it instead of bags, and then the loader that's behind the car there is what loads it into the truck. So okay, let's get down the paddock where we'll be filling up the fertilizer and the seed and fueling up the tractor. So we're coming up to the tractor. There it is. Looks like they're filling it. We'll go and take a look at how that's done. So as you can see, if you can hear this, it's pretty noisy. Wheat comes out of there. There's an auger there. It goes up there. There's a truck filling it up. So as I said, coming in here, these tractors have a lot of technology. There's a screen there for the tractor, an armrest with all your controls. That's the little box that I was using to track it, is there. And there's a screen there that controls the seeder and tells you what's going on with the seeder and its rates and everything. And then there's a screen down here that does the auto steer. So this tractor auto steers the same as the sprayer tractor, to 2 centimetre accuracy. And this is the office for most farmers. So there you go, they've just hit auto steer. Saw the tractor get onto the line, so that means it should be pretty well spot on by now. You can see that tine there right next to the last run. I can actually see where I'm staying is actually right just on top of that hill. That's where I'm going to go tonight, so I'm not that far from camp. Oh, he's got the lights on now. It's getting dark. So I'm going to head back to the road and then down to there, and then probably not much going on from here, so I'll pick up on it tomorrow I don't think I'll go to the other tractor. Maybe I will, I'll see when I get out of here. So let's get going.